Welcome to episode 9 of the Brownballs podcast with your host, Killzone.
Jackass. Deep throat.
And Deputy Vice.
Yeah, so today we'll be talking a bit about some strange or not strange superstitions that people may or may not believe in. I think Jackass has got quite a few that he'd like to introduce us with. So
How about we just go to the one with sneezing? That from what I've heard, and this is like a thing in parts of India, is that if you sneeze a lot, like repeatedly, say a few times in repetition, then that means somebody's thinking about you, like quite strongly or intently, and it usually has a positive connotation, as like they're thinking about you in a good way, like from
Well,
the heart.
why don't they just
That's the
text me,
case.
drop me a WhatsApp or a SMS? That would save me the sneezing. I hate
Well,
sneezing.
From what I've been told, this is what
Is this
like,
this
I'm
is some
using
50
air
Shades
quotes.
of Grey?
I'm using
sounds
air
like-
quotes. This is what the elders used to say. So like back in the day, they didn't have texting.
it'd make you feel pretty good about if you like when you sneeze a load in a row, you don't feel too good. But the fact that you think
Imagine
somebody's
you're
thinking
allergic
about you makes you feel good about
Imagine you're allergic to something though, and then every time you come near it, you sneeze a lot, and then somebody's like, "Well, that's a good thing," and you just keep going near it until you like have a massive allergic reaction.
Exactly. So
I mean, that
if I
could be
have
one way.
if I have diarrhea, does that mean somebody's loving me so much that it's coming out in endless stream? Like I don't know.
I don't
like,
think the same
can
things happen when you come out when you sneeze versus diarrhea, man.
Exactly. Like,
Maybe that's when people thinking badly of you.
two very.
Oh my god!
different ends of the body.
Oh my god! I'm getting diarrhea. Someone's thinking about me.
They must be thinking bad thoughts, man.
Yeah, it's like it's coming on an endless stream, like all the curses that they have for me, like just
Maybe
coming
it's
out.
a good
That'd be
thing,
pretty
it's
cool if you
cleansing
can curse people with diarrhea when you don't like them.
I mean, imagine what would happen to a lecturer as soon as he walked into his lecture.
Oh.
Guys. That would be a really
Or
shitty
imagine
thing
what
to
would
do.
happen in an examination
Oh.
hall.
Oh come on! Did you? That's. Did you hear what Deputy Vice said?
No, I
Yeah.
didn't know.
He was like, that was a shitty thing to do. Like, oh, god damn son. But yeah, like I
actually
don't know,
find
like
that quote so well, alright? To minimize the amount of like background shite.
I mean, imagine like going back a couple of years. Imagine the presidential debates leading up into the U.S. presidential election between Hillary and Donald Trump. If they could curse each other to have diarrhea.
can you imagine there'd be like a public toilet just on stage? And then
I
like
think
every
they'd
Like
have-
behind the
yeah,
podium,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
like a
yeah,
little
they-
toilet.
they
We'd have been sitting down
Nah,
the
they
whole
do
time
it.
on toilets.
no, it's like imagine like when Donald Trump says, "I know words, I know the best words," and suddenly he's like, "Excuse me, I need to go." Because
Like-
we all know he's speaking shit, like so we're like, like we're thinking, "Oh, screw you, Trump," and like, yeah, that's
God damn
actually
it,
cool.
I had a whole thing about him speaking shit and that's the diarrhea and just Deep Throat just takes it. It's annoying.
You mean you
Yes,
know what
I
they
do
say?
think
Great minds, they think alike.
Don't really want to be attributed with.
Do you like to be compared to him?
Well, in this case, they should have like. But okay.
What? Jackass, what did you say?
I said in this case, great minds shit alike.
Okay, and how do other people shit? Like, I'm just curious. Like, do they shit from the?
Moving on.
There's plenty of
Yeah.
ways to shit.
Moving on. do
Some
we have
people
any
sit on the
superstitions?
toilet the other way around.
What? Are you
What?
speaking from experience?
I've heard stories.
Okay. Let's not turn this into the shit encounters part 2. Let's move on with another superstition.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Uh,
before we completely leave the shit encounters part 2, can I just state that there's a reason why one of our library toilets are in such a horrible state, and they found out that girls, not guys, girls, were squatting on the toilet seat and kicking it off.
Well, apparently because there's a superstition that toilet seats contain AIDS or something. AIDS, so HIV.
Have you been going to the girls' toilet? Deep throat.
I mean, HIV is
mov-
transferred by
moving
bodily
on.
fluids, right? If
Moving
there are
on,
any
yeah.
like, there could be some unsavory stuff on those toilet seats. I mean, it's
Oh,
not
God.
completely unfounded.
Oh dear God. So hold on. Why was
Yeah,
this
but
happening
squat on
only
it
in the
and
girls'
take
toilet
it off.
and not in the guys' toilet?
Yeah, that's the weird thing. That's why I was like,
I mean,
I
because
reckon there's
like
that.
with guys is I'd imagine it's more likely to happen with guys because guys have the option of standing up for at least one of the two things we do in the toilet, and whereas girls have to always sit down.
girls can also
Did you
stand up. It's just a lot worse.
Well,
Did you just
practically speaking, I
chill,
can't imagine most of them
jackass?
choose the standing up option.
Jackass, you're really being a jackass, right? I
Like,
apologize to anyone. Yeah, it's like I don't know. Like, Deputy Vice, what were you gonna say?
just because we've got a handle, and like girls don't,
A handle.
it's a bit weird, don't you think? Like
What's the handle?
your penis, man.
Jackass.
What did you think it was? What
I like
other image?
How is it a handle?
As in, you can direct the flow.
It's more like a. I wouldn't say it's a
Nozzle.
handle.
Nozzle.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's like-
fine. Let's call it nozzle.
A hose.
Can we come back
Okay.
to questions now?
Can we come back to the topic at hand?
Yeah, I mean, another topic we could actually talk about is on the sneezing note was what Iris or Rose talked about, which was when you sneeze, like your soul comes out. And I really don't understand that one.
Iris.
Yeah, I agree. Because how do we have a? We don't even have a soul.
No, but who's Iris? Is that
My
the soul
girlfriend.
lost?
My girlfriend's code name. God damn it.
That's Rose, isn't it? Wait, how many girlfriends do you have? Oh
Yeah.
shit! Oh my god!
Are we
Did I just
revealing
screw you
something?
up?
Yeah.
Deputy, what did I just screw you in front of? Oh shit!
No, you get.
Iris, I'm
no,
so
this, like,
sorry.
3 episodes ago, we called her Rose or Iris. Like,
Yeah,
We
Rose.
said Rose. Nobody said Iris. It's Rose. It was
Oh my
Rose.
god, he's got a double
our
life.
name. That's what I just called it.
He's
Like,
got a double life, guys.
Oh my lord.
here we go. Here we go. What kind of shit fucking motherfucker?
Does she know you're cheating on him?
Language.
I'm not gonna answer that because either way I answer, it's wrong.
Oh, is that a superstition that you can't answer truthfully after dark?
No, oh god, this is how it goes on.
Oh, another
Just try-
I think another superstition we can talk about is every time when you're talking about, say, a unfortunate situation unfolding, like for example, failing an exam, you'll say touch wood, or you'll say God forbid. Do you guys find yourself doing that often? Like,
I hear
See,
a lot of
I
people
think-
do it.
The argument can be made that the God forbid thing is more like out of faith than superstition, but touch wood never made sense to me.
yeah, well, how does touch wood work? Like, does
mean-
does wood stop you from having something, or like does wood give you some sort of superpower? I don't know.
Touchwood isn't predominantly Asian though. Like,
No, I'm
lot
not
of
saying
white
it's Asian,
people
but
say
it doesn't
wood.
make any sense to me. But like, does wood have magical powers? Because in that case,
So,
everybody would just
touch
carry
wood.
something around.
Touch wood, the saying derives from pagan beliefs that I want to do this thing while knocking on wood, so they can't hear you. That was very loud. I'm sorry.
So like,
Well, to be honest,
What-
nobody really does it that way anyway. Most people
Well,
say something and then they touch the wood, and they just touch it. They don't knock on it. So, in that regard, it doesn't. It's
Yeah, it's
completely
slowly.
useless.
So like this is from I guess
they
thousands of
don't wanna
years ago.
jinx
It
it.
just changes and changes until it's just touch wood.
I think it's fortunate. I'm fortunate because I'm living in a city with no trees or forests nearby. So like,
such a
Plenty
hair.
of trees around.
The thickest wood.
well, don't make me say something. Okay, you know what? It's fine. I'm not gonna say it. Was that Killzone? Yeah. Yeah. What other
Like, go on, say
superstitions
it.
do you?
Say it. Go on. Say it.
No, I don't want to say it. It's fine.
I think everyone
What
knows
is
what he was
super-
going to say. It's fine.
Yeah,
Do it.
I think we know. We know. Anyways,
Okay.
what other superstitions?
Okay, what about this? Is a funny one.
Uh-huh.
There are some people who believe that the breaking of glass is a good thing, and others who believe it to be a bad omen.
Do you know what cultures or
This is in India, like both from India.
like breaking glasses?
Some believe it's
Breaking
good.
plates is alright in Greece.
Sorry.
Whoop. Breaking plates in Greece is
Oppa
alright.
Gangnam Style. Oh, sorry, wait. That was
God.
No,
Yeah. Kind of weird.
I never heard of breaking the glass because if glass breaks, I know I'll get a cut on my hand or my feet. So, but
So
could
I
you
think okay,
explain
that
further?
explains why some people would say it's a bad omen because uh, broken glass is dangerous.
7.5 years bad luck breaking a mirror or something.
Mm.
Yeah, but how is breaking glass a good reason? And like it doesn't
Breaking a
make
mirror is a bad thing. Well, it's like I don't know.
Wait, so do you guys believe in these
Can I-
superstitions at all?
I sometimes when I want to, yes, but I cherry pick
No,
it.
I do my
choose-
best not to, but the thing is, I have other members of my family who do, and then sometimes, out of regard for their emotional well-being, you will act accordingly. Because you
Yeah, I
can't
agree.
change who someone is, but when they're a family member, you don't want to upset them or hurt them unnecessarily, especially when it's like regarding something which ultimately is like fairly insignificant.
We have a thing that I'm doing right now. I've got my hands on my head, and whenever I do this at home, my mum tells me off because apparently it's bad luck to put your hands on your head.
Is it for when only people
Oh yeah,
die? or
that's a
something?
funny one because my mom said it's bad luck for you to walk around with your hands behind your back.
Well,
Really?
why?
I don't know. Whenever
Because you
I've
can't
asked,
defend
it's like-
yourself.
it's like whenever I asked, it's like the elders used to say that.
Who are these elders? I want to meet them.
Okay, maybe
It's
it's
just like-
important then. Maybe they learnt a lesson and they're passing it down through like oral tradition, and us not listening to it is a bad thing.
Yeah, I mean, think about it.
We're
like,
not
people
learning
used-
from the lessons
make-
of.
People used to make fun of some like home remedies and stuff, but then in the end, it turned out like they actually worked.
Yeah, like sandalwood, like it had
Or like,
some
or like turmeric as a
turmeric. Yeah.
Yeah, and the
As
damn
a
Americans have
antibacterial?
now paid it. God damn it.
They have like copyright patented turmeric.
well, screw them.
How do you patent it?
I don't know. It's like
God-
it doesn't
God,
even
like-
grow natively in the
Ah.
US, does it?
God forbid, man, that they should ever patent something else. God forbid they should patent my Brownballs. I mean, the Brownballs channel. So like, I'm just saying.
Well, technically, this podcast is going on YouTube, and YouTube is an American company.
Oh damn, they're everywhere. Like, literally. But with regards to, I want to know more about the.
I just want to cut in two things. One, this is for Killzone. I saw a guy riding a bike with a massive thing sticking out of it, and it could be the It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Like Panda
The shape
3000.
was exactly the same. Yes, as Founder 3000.
It's
and I was
a
like,
baseball bat.
It's not a bit. It was a balloon version of it.
A
So-
baseball bat-sized dildo. Holy shit.
just riding
Baseball
around.
size.
What kind
Yeah.
of kinky shit
All
are
right,
you
for any
into?
viewers listening, we're talking about the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and
It's a great show. It's a great.
There's a prop in that show in a couple of the episodes, which is an exercise bike, and it involves a dildo in the seat, and every time you pedal, the dildo goes up and down, so it kind of pounds you back into action. So every time you want to take a rest and sit down, it pounds you back up. That's what it is.
Lol.
It's not used for pleasure or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
It sounds horrifying either way.
Well, I mean, for those audience members who feel excited about such a prospect existing, I'm
AKA
not
deep
sure.
throat.
No, I'm just saying we are not against it or for it. We're just viewing.
Yeah, right.
Well, jackass. I'm not saying anything. So, but yeah, can we get back to with regards to breaking the mirror 7.5 years bad luck? Does anyone know where it came from? Where its origin was, or?
Well, the only thing I've ever been told with regards to any superstition is the elders said so.
Damn it! They're just so good. It's like
You know,
because like
some of the superstitions are actually sexist. Because like this is one which people have said to my sister sometimes, which is like, don't wash your hair on Tuesdays because it'll be bad for your brothers. It was like, how did that make any sense?
I think
It's
I think
just
because,
somebody wanted to use the bathroom or the shower on the Tuesday, and they were like, if you wash your hair on Tuesday, you get bad luck, so it's free on Tuesdays all the time.
But then my sister was like, well,
It was
what
probably
if
a
I
man.
don't-
He said no women can do it because he was tired.
No, but
of-
it's like she was like, what if I don't care about my brothers, or if I want to hurt them?
Well, your sister is a badass. I'm telling you that. She's gonna hurt Jackass. That's badass.
Yeah, who can
But-
blame her really?
Yeah, who can blame her? Like, I wouldn't blame her. I'll build a statue for her if she did that. Like,
I love you guys too.
I mean, okay, this
About the breaking the mirror though.
okay.
It's all
Throat,
yes,
like, deep
yes,
throat.
Deputy Vice.
You hear
Yes,
me?
Deputy. Yes, Deputy Vice. You're saying? Hello.
Like I
Deputy
think
Vice?
the line's bad because I think I want like a 5-second delay or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want a 5-second delay. I've just counted.
We could do it. We can check it. If I say smoke, you say fire. Okay. Smoke.
Fire.
Okay, yeah, that's quite a long delay.
Yeah. That was.
It's okay. We can talk shit about him, and he won't hear
Yeah,
it about it until 5 seconds later.
for like
Okay,
5
so-
seconds.
We should call it the 5-second superstition. If anybody talks immediately, they will not get good prospects. You gotta wait for 5 seconds.
Okay, what about has anyone thought like what are these superstitions? What if they were just created by someone who was like, I don't know, autistic or something? Because autistic people,
Oh,
they
no,
have their
you
behaviors.
can't say.
I'm not hating on
No.
autistic people. I'm not hating, but sometimes autistic people they like patterns, right?
Uh-huh.
So what if these superstitions were just originally created by an autistic person who's, for whatever reason,
But-
with their mind works, they ended up doing these things in a certain way, and then people just started copying them.
I
This
don't
is
know.
something-
There's scientific reasons for some of them, and I can explain them in a minute. So let me get to someplace quieter. But yeah, I think your autistic remark is the big no-no, man.
It's a hypothesis. You should test it. You should look into it. You should research it a little bit and see.
I mean, in this day and age.
I
In this
mean,
day and
You need
I mean-
to research it. We need to research the history of superstitions. So I've got other stuff to do.
like what?
My degree.
What's more important than this, man? Come on.
Exactly. Podcast for
degree.
life.
My
Brownballs for
degree.
life. Like your degree will come and go, but brown balls.
Your degree's in superstitious stuff anyway. It's astrology, right?
Yeah. Is Jackass angry with us? Was he doing the 5-second superstitious thing we did with him?
I think he must be doing a
Jackass.
5-second superstitious thing.
Jackass, the 5-second thing was a joke, not real.
So
Oh,
do
God.
you not believe in astrology then, after studying it for 4 years?
Oh, I
Right,
think
let me
Jackass-
rephrase that. Do you not believe in astrology, Jackass?
I think Jackass breathes and lives it. Every morning when he
God.
wakes up, he looks
God,
at
you guys,
the
you guys are such dicks. Just
We
to
are
make
called
me-
brown
I
balls for a reason.
study astrology. They're just making fun of my degree because they couldn't do it themselves.
Well, yeah. Every morning, if I had an astrological chart beside me saying, "Oh, what is in store for Capricorn today?" Oh, you're gonna meet your romantic partner. Well done. Like, come on, it's not that hard. Like, at least I think it's not that hard.
Yeah, is it all just already planned? Do you just read out of a book and then this is what
Yeah,
this
is-
month is like and this is what this year's like? Or
Yeah,
how does it
yeah, that's
work?
exactly what it's like. We just read out of a book,
How does it actually work?
and well, it
in all
works.
seriousness, like,
I don't know how astrology works. I'm not an astrologer.
Oh
Right.
god.
if anybody could enlighten me as to how people who write the astrology kind of predictions or whatever, how they
I'm sure you can Google
How
it.
they come up with them.
Because there are actually people who study astrology, so I'm sure there's articles online you can read.
I'm asking the viewers, man. I trust the viewers more than these articles online.
Right.
Yeah, I trust my imaginary, non-existent, fictional listeners to actually reply to this comment.
Hey.
Listen.
Hey. It's not very fictional anymore. We do have some listeners. I mean, not huge amounts, but some.
Yeah, and I think they'd be a bit annoyed if
I'll
you
touch
called them
wood.
imaginary.
Wait, give me a moment. I need to touch a wood. I need to touch wood to make sure. Touch wood. All right. I did it. I touched the wood.
Yeah, the mirror thing though, it was going back to connection with like your body and your soul. So if the mirror's there and you crack that,
Mhm.
your reflection was kind of connected to your soul, and you're kind of tearing it from your soul from that body in the reflection. Once it's broken, it's just adrift, and I guess that's a bad thing.
Oh Lord. It sounds like my career's over before it even began.
And I think,
I mean,
why have you broken a mirror?
yeah, I've broken it a few times.
Ooh,
and,
that's pretty bad, man. You're fucked.
I mean, yeah.
Did
I
you say a
think
couple
that
of
explains-
times?
Yeah, I mean that explains why I'm having all this bad run. But you know, like,
He's hopeless.
yeah.
You have no hope left.
Well, Jackass, if you could look at my astrological chart and tell me if there's any hope of recovery, I'll be very much grateful.
No, that's it.
Ooh,
You're-
should we
you're
look up
just
our?
gone.
Should we look up our?
You might as well throw yourself off a tower block and be done with it.
Oh Lord, Jackass, everybody, ever inspirational, ever pro-life. But yeah,
Should we look up our
I've broken a mirror.
horoscopes?
I'm pro-life. I'm just not pro-stupidity. That's why we need to get rid of you.
Wait, are you suggesting superstitions is stupidity?
No, I'm suggesting you.
Jackass, how could you?
Jackass, you're a Gemini, right?
Thank God there are no twins of him.
Yeah.
Silence means yes. No means yes. Yes means
Alright.
yes.
So I am too. So we'll both be forced to go down several different paths today. But instead of frustrating us, this multitasking challenge will invigorate our day. There are a lot of interesting options and projects that we can get involved in, including a very promising volunteering opportunity. All this
like
activity
this podcast.
will act as a great distraction from anything that's been bugging you lately. Turn away from your internal worries and toward what's going on around you.
But what's been bugging you this lately is also this podcast.
What? How could brown balls ever bug you? Like brown
Do you want
balls
to
is
talk
like
about that? Do you want to talk about that, Killzone?
What? How Brambles will bug us?
No, how it's been bugging you lately?
Lately, yeah, it's a nice
escape.
stress reliever. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You just sit and talk with your
Like-
friends for a bit. It's all good.
Yeah, and you can just chat shit and but oh, there's one superstition relevant to this day and age. You know, you guys get this chain text on WhatsApp saying if you don't pass this by tonight,
yeah.
you know, this.
Oh,
gonna
my
be-
god, I want to find the person who sends these people and just strangle-
Yeah, it's like freaking disgusting. It's like I
Wait,
think
should we
it's
start
very...
one?
What?
No,
Do you pass it on?
strangle you.
Hold on. Do you guys pass them on? Do any of you pass this shit
No,
on?
never.
I have
No.
done in the past, but that's when I was.
You're one of
Hey.
you're one of the reasons why.
No, this was when I was very naive and young and new to the internet.
Did you do it more than
was
once?
that- Wait, Jackass, was there ever a time
Did
you
it
were
have-
naive?
Times. I did it a few times,
my
and
God.
I was like, hold on, this is crap. What the hell am I doing? I'm wasting my time and other people's time.
Wait, you were naive? Dude, that's hard to believe, man. It was because it's like telling me that there's flying unicorns somewhere in the world. But okay, go on.
But
You
there
were
are,
naive?
there are flying unicorns. They're
Yeah, all
called
unicorns
Pegasus
fly.
or Pegasi.
They
Hey,
called
Pegasus
Oh,
don't
God.
have horns.
They're called plain,
Yeah.
called unicorn.
And I call the tomato, but yeah, that's not the point. So what happened after that? You send the messages and like, did anything happen?
Yeah,
No,
the bad thing that it said would
I
happen
realized
didn't
it
happen.
was stupid, and then I was like, "What the hell am I doing? I'm sorry, people. I shouldn't have done this."
There you have it. First and exclusive Jackass's apology. Heartfelt apology, in fact. We accept it. Thank you,
The
Jack.
reason I did it was because it was sent to me by a relative of mine. Someone who's like someone. Okay, I'll just say from one of my aunts who I respect a lot. So I was like, well, she sent it, so I feel bad for not sending it on. But then I was like, I'm contributing to something which is just wrong. So I'm like, I'm not gonna do it.
But that's how old people these days spread news. Like they spread a lot of fake news through WhatsApp groups and shit. Like it's not verified, it's not checked on. They simply quote random sources, and you're going, you can't blame the younger generation for this. Like, have you noticed how, like, for me personally, I get all these messages about like Malaysian politics from various sources, including my aunt, and some of it it's like it's purposely done to make people angry,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no proof of it. There's no proof that it's actually happening. There's no proof of it being done. Sometimes it's divisive, and sometimes people doing it to cause that kind of issues.
How do you
Yeah,
stop
I
it?
realized. I was like, okay, I respect this person. I really care about this person, but like, I'm not gonna in any way contribute to this anymore.
So, like, I mean, my parents got it a lot, but they always keep it to themselves because they always thought that this was rubbish, and it felt kind of bad because the message was threatening. It was like, oh, if you don't pass it to at least 7 people, you'd die or something, and it was a very horrible thing to say, in a message like that. So like my parents just stopped it. Like they got it and they just kept it to themselves. I don't know, but do you guys know how it came about or like where it originated? This
Chainmail.
Yeah, like especially this.
I mean, it's been around for
superstition
ages
one.
in one form or another, hasn't it?
Yeah,
I
it was
don't know,
used
like-
by knights. It was used by knights as a form of defense.
Chainmail. Hey.
Hey, here we go, contributing.
Mr. Content Creator.
Alright, so should I read anybody else's horoscopes?
Oh,
Gone.
could
What-
you
what
read
you-
mine?
You two already have the same one.
Ooh,
What is it?
me
Yeah.
or Deep Throat? That's not an answer.
Deputy
said-
Vice.
I said,
You said me and I said yeah, and then you said deep throat after I said yeah.
so the delay is still there. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I'm a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
I can't believe we're doing this.
One interesting thing, like these horoscopes are daily, right? The ones you're reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as we only have just over an hour left of this day, all the things which are saying should not be predictions, but should be
Should have happened
an
already.
account. Yeah, should be an account of how your day went. So before we go on to Deputy Vices, can you and Deep Throat please tell us how accurate your horoscope for today was?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, what? So do you wanna? So should
I just
Killzone
read
say
Gemini,
it
which
first?
is me and you, jackass.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I just read mine
You
and
read-
yours.
I'm not Gemini.
Aren't you?
What?
No.
You
I think he's
just
a Taurus. Or
I'm a Taurus.
yeah.
Never
you're a
mind.
tourist.
Alright, so mine wasn't very accurate, I don't think. It was just a lot of bullshit.
Well,
I
there you
mean,
go.
it was challenging trying to start to talk about this podcast, and the fact that myself and Deep Throat were walking about was an annoyance on this voluntary effort. So I think on some level,
It described it as a multitasking
Some
challenge.
level,
I'm not
alright.
really multitasking at all.
And you have to remember, a lot of this is bullshit where they try to generalize stuff so you can like find a way to fit it into your day.
Yeah, I mean, end of the day, it's just to give you comfort. No, all these superstitions, if you really think about it, it's just to make your life, I don't know, slightly better. Give you the
There's a
comfort
lot of
that-
them here. There's the flirt horoscope, the finance, singles love, couples love, work, beauty, tarot, romantic, sex scope.
Is there anything for balding?
That-
Because I'm really concerned about balding, but like, if you could tell me about balding, like that'd be great.
so
Yeah.
I think that sort of sums up Deep Throat's sex life in a nutshell. When there's a chance to find out more or advance it, he talks about balding. Clearly,
There's
It's about
plenty. There's
priorities.
plenty
It's about
between
priorities,
astrology and
yeah.
balding, apparently.
Like, so wait, what does it say about Deputy Vice's horoscope?
Okay, yeah, what is Deputy Vice's horoscope?
Go
Was
on,
it
yeah.
Scorpio, right?
Scorpio.
yeah.
Are you ready to be in charge? If so, now is the perfect time to step up. Raise your hand and accept a mission impossible. People in power are looking for someone who has a fresh perspective, and that person could be you. So use your creativity to set yourself apart from the crowd, and don't be afraid to be big, bold, and loud. Sometimes turning a few heads is the exact thing you want. After all, you could end up turning some very influential heads.
There we go. So I just need to take charge of this channel now. Clearly,
And then this is when we.
This
kick
is
him
the
off
impossible mission. Yeah.
This is
This is when we. This
exactly.
is when we kick him off the chat.
There we go. It's Mission Impossible. There we go. It's really difficult.
Okay, fuck off.
And then I'm clearly and the people who are listening to this podcast clearly are influential, and I need to sort of showcase.
We're the only ones
my
listening
side.
right
Moving
now,
on.
so we're the
Moving on.
influential ones.
What's the Taurus one?
A recent wave of self-confidence is climbing even higher today, but luckily you will have enough reality in your life to help you avoid any accusations of being an egomaniac.
Okay.
You are in an extremely
accurate.
balanced phase right now,
Extremely accurate.
and that gives you a
Well,
strong
like-
foundation for creating real results out of your most abstract ideas. This combination
Sorry.
of confidence...
Can you go back? Because these guys started laughing and I couldn't hear what you said.
Alright, so you kind of avoid any accusations of being an egomaniac, even though
Yeah,
you're really
after
self-confident.
that, I didn't hear what you said.
You are in an extremely balanced phase right now, and that is giving you a strong foundation for creating real results out of your most abstract ideas. That sentence just... it's a load of bullshit words. This combination of confidence and intellectual focus will be an unbeatable tool in your arsenal. Use it to change people's perceptions. Alright.
Okay.
You guys got some really,
Okay.
like, upbeat ones, like, dude, go out there, get your stuff done. And mine was just like...
Meh.
Yeah. What about you, Deep Throat?
Capricorn
Capricorn.
/ Sagittarius. They never really decided when my birthday should fall in. So yeah, it's Capricorn.
You're born on a certain day, are you?
Yeah, I think it's
What
Capricorn.
What's your birth date on your passport? Like, according to that, what do you fall into? Which category?
Well, how
I'm
about
not
which
sure,
day
but-
were you born? That's probably the better one.
I was born on a Thursday.
He shouldn't say that. He shouldn't say that.
It's not the day, it's the date.
No, you just tell us
I'm a
the
Capricorn.
yeah.
I'm a Capricorn.
Okay.
Okay, Capricorn.
You have a clearer sense of purpose today than you've had in a long time. It's obvious
Oh
what
my-
you need to do. The only question is, how are you going to do it? Experiment throughout your day, and you'll soon find a few ideas on what to do next. You might even get lucky and come upon an answer. The most important thing you need to remember is to not count on anything or anyone. Oh, is to not count anything or anyone out. That's important. Listen to all
So tell me,
ideas,
Deep Throat,
entertain everyone's
have you
viewpoints, and you'll become
figured out
enlightened.
what's happening after the summer?
Well, it could be a mere coincidence, but I've been trying to figure out what I want to do, and I actually sat down today to draw up a list of possible options of what I want to undertake.
Is it
Well,
obvious what you need
That's
to
not
do
very
now?
surprising, is it, given that you just finished your finals exams of your final year?
Yeah, so exactly. So it's not really. You could argue that it's just normal. Like every other person would, in my situation, would have done that. So yeah, I don't think it's.
But not every person who's a Capricorn has just finished their exams. So this is to every Capricorn.
Exactly. So like, it's just a coincidence.
Or it means something. It was specifically targeted at you.
Can we look at the romantic side of things?
Okay, hey, let's entertain him. Let's do it.
All right.
Romance. You try anything and anyone,
What?
and then eventually you will get
Let-
lucky. I think that's the
Okay, you know
Capricorn
what?
method.
Just for that comment, once we're done with Deep Throat's one, read Deputy Vice one, and then we'll get Rose to confirm how correct it is.
Wait,
Deep Throat.
wait. What does it say for mine?
Yeah, I was about to say it. The future of your bank account may be uppermost in your mind on Monday, but set aside a little time to plan your romantic week as well. A little change of outlook equals a big advance now. Tap into your dreamy, intuitive side midweek for the best results in the love department. Try communicating without saying a word to turn up the heat. Go ahead and be a little dull. Work on Thursday and Friday, when romance is on the back burner anyway. You'll want to save that amorous energy for the hot, sweet weekend that's on the way.
Ooh.
So
Are you
it's
nice
just
week you've got
just
there.
stare at a girl. Is that his one? It's just stare at a girl on Tuesday and Wednesday and then disappear. Something that happened on Saturday, Sunday. Is that what it's saying?
Any
Ba-
non-verbal
basically-
communication, I guess.
How does
I mean-
communication happen without speaking? I'm just curious. Do I write down? Do I write
Sign
down
language.
something?
You need to learn
Do I-
sign language, man.
No,
Do I have to
it happens.
do I have to send
it
a-
happens with intense looks.
In
Just give her
completely
intense
serious,
looks.
like,
Well, I mean, if I do that, they're gonna call the police, and I don't want to end
You
up
just
doing.
cite
And
the
I've grown-
horoscope and they'll let you go.
I don't think the horoscope is accurate with respect to the romantic side of things, but you know, like whatever. Well, okay, let's say Deputy Vice's one.
Alright. The more open you
nah,
are
I think it's time for the quote.
What? No. I want to hear.
We'll do Deputy Vice's one, and then we'll do the quote.
The more open you are to new stuff in the romantic realm on Monday, the better your romantic week is going to look. Loosen up and let love in. Tuesday and Wednesday have your name plus someone else's all over them, outlined in a big heart. Make your move. Or enjoy the heck out of your sweetie if you've got one. Your romantic soul is working its mysterious magic. You're a little hot-headed at the end of the week. Beware of getting into a conflict with someone you'd rather be embracing. This weekend, some massive amorous intrigue keeps you guessing and busy.
Oh my.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
doesn't really
so-
work. Like,
So
Rose
what it's
going to
saying
London.
is, Deputy Vice, don't get
I'm
into an
calling
argument with me by the
But
end
what
of
if
the
you
week.
find someone else? It says, make your move,
Iris.
If you
Yeah,
make your
that's
move on
bullshit.
Iris, then this week could be quite interesting for you.
I'm just gonna punch you guys. Like honestly, this is just ridiculous.
Alright, Deep
Anywho,
Throat, have you got a quote to
take us away.
take us out on?
Oh, yeah. I remember reading this online somewhere. It's not my quote, but I'm gonna say it because it sounds relevant for this episode. So, roses are red, violets are blue. You have an arranged marriage waiting for you. And that's the end of the episode, guys.
Haven't you
I,
done that
I'm
one
not allowing
before?
it. I'm not allowing it.
Haven't you done that one before?
Perfect. No arranged marriage stuff. I demand
No,
a
no.
requote.
I
Okay, I
demand an original Deep Throat quote.
Oh God, no! You
Go
guys
deep.
don't like.
Go
Okay,
deep.
I'm gonna.
Go deep.
Oh shit!
What? No, Jimmy.
I like to imagine your neighbours just listening to you in the background. Like, go deep!
Okay, I'm gonna. Okay, to the folks at home, this is the origin of mine. So, hate it or love it, it's deep. So, here it goes. When a person sits on an elephant, it's called a joyride. But when an elephant sits on a person,
No,
it's
no.
horrifying suicide.